in our stars is resident astrologer Michele Knight. Right, Michele, I mean, I heard that there's a frisky moon out there.
Hello, yes.
Hello, indeed. What does that mean?
Well, this weekend...
Should I be careful?
Well, I think it's a bit late. Yes. Today you have to be careful. But at the weekend we've had a supermoon. And a supermoon means the moon was closest to Earth and it was in Scorpio. And back in the day, in pagan times, it was the time to get a bit frisky, dance around the maypole, if you catch my drift. And it kind of brings up, maybe that sounded wrong, but it brings up very intense passion and emotion and intensity and moving swiftly on. So you're a Scorpio, aren't you?
I'm a Scorpio, so what does that mean for me?
Well,
it was in Scorpio.
It means dance around the maypole, woman.
Did you do a lot of that this weekend? No, anyway, you have actually got a lot of things going on for you at the moment because that moon would have shaken you up and it's bringing you towards a rebirth. You're shedding something and moving forward. So it's a very passionate and powerful time for you.
Does that mean anything to you?
Shedding, well, it's the whole hoarding, you know, getting rid of all that stuff, maybe.
Yeah, but I think doing it will also shed something emotionally for you. It's like you're working something out and moving through. So...
Wow, that's really interesting.
Very powerful, darling.
Do you know what I always struggle with? Because, like, I really want to believe in, like, logic, but at the same time, I saw what you were saying about Aryans and, like, that fits in with, like, my profile. But how can 1/12 of the population experience the same thing at any given time? That's what I struggle to understand.
Well, you don't know. I'm a 21st century astrologer, and I believe that we can take advantage of the energy of the planets. For instance, if we know there's a full moon in Scorpio and we're feeling sort of a bit paranoid or insecure or suddenly have an obsession or an intense desire, we can go, OK, that's the full moon in Scorpio. I'm going to turn that energy into a positive direction. It's what you do with it. It's not fatalistic.
Right.
But, you know, it's scientifically... People are saying now that people, for instance, people born around the spring months have a distinctive kind of personality and profile. That is literally true.
Yeah.
But it was an observational science. In the
but listen, the moon does affect tides and, you know, I can understand it from that point of view and I really want to believe it.
But just take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Submerge yourself within it and embrace your power.
Well, on that line of thought, there is big news, isn't there? There's the Grand Trine.
Yeah, there's a Grand Trine coming up, which is great for everybody. And there's also the Sun and Jupiter are connecting, which makes life a lot easier for everyone. There's a sort of optimism, a flavour of optimism in the universe, and a possibility also that things are going to kick off in a much better way on the old economic front.
Oh, very good. What about on album fronts?
Yeah, how's that looking?
Well, actually, I looked at your chart, and you're a Gemini, and you've got Mercury in Gemini.
Yes.
And you told me you've got Cancer rising, but you've got writing. Writing and music is really incredibly important to you, and you might end up writing a musical or doing something that you're not expecting. And towards the end of June, you have a quirky job offer or something completely out of the blue.
I'm already booked up.
Well, doesn't mean you have to do it then.
Unbook yourself, woman.
No, OK.
But it's something that you're definitely not expecting, and it's like, wow.
OK, we'll wait for that wow factor in June. Sorry, I've got to get this question here from Diane, because I know she is desperate. People want to know what to do. Michele, guide us here. She's a Sagittarius, date of birth is the 18th of the 12th, 63. And she says, I have a man in my life that's been there on and off for 6 years. We both know how we feel about us, but he blows hot and cold constantly. Is it time for me to just say, no more, I need stability in my life with this relationship, it's just not there? Is it time to open my heart now, make way for another, or is he ever going to commit to me? Poor Diane.
Well, the interesting thing is that you are Sagittarius, but you've got a lot of Capricorn in your chart. And this relationship, you as well have built up a few walls. And Venus, the planet of love, is saying to you, expand, allow yourself to grow. But that doesn't necessarily have to mean that you leave him. It could mean that you go within yourself and you look at your own blocks to intimacy at the moment and you go, OK, I'm going to surrender, I'm going to knock those walls down, remember what I first saw in him, and then I'm going to open up to love with him. And if that doesn't work, Venus is going to put you in a fabulous position with someone else. So it's all good.
Go Venus. OK, that's good advice for Diane there. Some headlines. Harry and Chelsea. They've been on, they've been off, like a bit like what Diane was saying there in her relationship, and this is the 4th time, apparently, they're back together again. Is it going to work this time, Michele?
Well, I'm fascinated by them, because they seem to never be able to let each other go.
Yes.
And looking into it astrologically, I mean, he's a Virgo, so he's very grounded, and he likes to do the right thing.
Really? Harry?
Yes, no, emotionally, he 100% does, and that's why he's not just fallen in love with every woman that's crossed his path. And she's a Libra, but they're kind of when you put the two charts together, you see there's a sort of obsessional quality to it. You know those kind of people which in your life that you have that thing and you never forget them?
You just can't let them go.
Yeah, it's a sort of Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor thing.
Yeah.
But it's when it's that obsessional and addictive, it's very difficult to keep things on an even keel. And in his chart, he won't be able to really make a decision until after July. But I think even in 30 years' time, if they met, there'd be that chemical
So come
attraction.
July, should we be buying hats and
No.
bunting? Oh, OK.
But it's not that kind of relationship. It's too full on for that. If it gets to that stage, I think it'll be the end of next year.
OK, OK. A question here from Belinda, one of our viewers. Now, she's Cancer, 6th of June, 75. I'm throwing these dates at you because I'm assuming they do mean something.
Yes, they do.
OK, it says here, I'm currently in the process of changing career. I'll be working self-employed in a totally different field to fit in with family life and a chance of better income. I am investing money into training and I'm a little nervous if I'm doing the right thing. I'm excited, but I hope this is the right direction. I mean, she just wants some reassurance, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, actually, she's got Uranus in the first house. There's always a lot of unusual stuff around her. And you've got Mercury saying to you, OK, do something different, go deep within yourself. You could be doing writing, you could become a therapist, you could be doing something where you help people on a very deep level. But it's not going to just be going on in the same way. There will be another change or twist and turn before next year. And the other thing is you're always supporting everyone around you and feeling that you have to do everything on your own. Allow other people to support you, and that makes things a lot easier for you.
Good advice. Just jump in there. I like your attitude. It's all just jump in there. It'll be fine. Something here from James Corden, making the headlines. He's hopefully going to bag a Tony Award. He's definitely up for one. He's getting married. He's hopefully going to really break America on a big scale. How are things looking for him? I mean, all right, if David Beckham's going to be your best man, for sure,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think David Beckham could be his best man. David Beckham is a Taurus and he's got Mars in Pisces. He's not like a star. In himself, he's actually very kind and has a lot of empathy for people, not what people may expect him to be. So I think if he was asked, he probably would do it if he felt that was important. I think he has the opportunity of winning that Tony, but certainly there'll be other opportunities to break America. He is on a roll this year. He's actually getting married in the same place I got married or had my civil partnership. So, and it was fabulous. It really is a very nice, less of a kind of bling place than they're saying. It's a very down-to-earth, beautiful place as well.
Fantastic. Now, we've got another question. This is from Nikki. She's a Scorpio, and she says, Hi, Michelle, I'm a Scorpio. All my life seems to have been mayhem, a lot of laughs along the way, but a lot of difficulty. Is there any sign of things settling down? I've recently divorced my husband. Oh, poor Nikki, OK. And he was a Capricorn, and now she's met a lovely Cancerian fella, and she wondered if they might ever just stop arguing and...
It's complex.
I mean, there's a lot going on here. What's going to happen?
Well, the thing is, between you and the new man, you've both come out of difficult other situations. You don't like to be controlled, but you want security. He's very sensitive, but he doesn't like to admit his vulnerability. So both of you can be a little bit oversensitive, and you really need to work that out for this relationship to work.
OK, all right. Well, we hope that works for you, Heather. Now, would you like to go and get ready for your performance, my girl? I know you're having a cup of tea there, but we'll let you go and sort yourself out. Huge thank you to all of my guests today. Tomorrow...